So the final progression in our breathing series, you're gonna need something like a rack, a simple pole. You can even use a bench press if you need this, but just something that you can hold on to so that you can drop into a deep squat. And this final progression, again, you're gonna be focused on getting your hips underneath you, so posteriorly tilting a little bit, and then also using your lower body, your lower limbs for kind of kinesthetic feedback and feeling where you're taking the air into your lungs. So what I mean is, interlace your fingers behind a pole or behind a squat rack and then drop down into a deep squat. And here in this position, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to sit back so that I get some protraction out of my arms. I'm trying to almost reach through the pole. And that's my starting position here. So if you can only get to here, you can't really drop that into a full deep squat if your ankles are too tight or you don't have the hip mobility, the hip flexion for it. That's fine. Start there, and then as you exhale, try and tuck under and relax into that position. Because a lot of times if you can't get down to that deep squat, it's more position of your pelvis, and that's affecting what you perceive as hip mobility. So you're maybe not lacking in hip flexion, but it may just be that you're arched so hard that you feel a pinching in the front of your hips, and you have to exhale, get your hips to tuck under and get underneath you in order to get into this deep squat position. Now, once I'm here, just like in the other drill, I'm trying to breathe in between my shoulder blades. That's why I'm trying to reach through and get some flexion. So here, as I inhale, you're gonna see my upper back inflate, and then I'm gonna pause, exhale. And if you notice, my exhale is about twice as long as my inhale. So what I'm really trying to do there is I'm trying to blow out all of the air that I have in my lungs and get my abs to fire reflexively in order to help stabilize. The last piece of the puzzle that you want to be focused on is here I have contact between my thighs and my lower abs. So as I'm inhaling, what I want to feel is I want to feel my stomach actually push out against my thigh, my upper thigh, and that way I know I'm using my diaphragm initially, and then my rib cage should expand up the rest of my thorax. So again, starts in your stomach, and then you should feel inflation into your upper back and then into your upper chest. So one more time. It's a real simple breathing reset. You're essentially putting yourself in a deep squat position, so you can use this before a lower body day. It's also beneficial before anytime you're going to press or go overhead in like a snatch position or even just a push press. So work through the progressions, start on the wall, 90-90, move into the quadruped, then finally into the deep squat position. And you're gonna find that in time, these have a lot more carryover. It's not just a simple fix, you do it one time and then it's correct, but give these time, work your way through 5 to 6 breaths, 1 to 2 sets per session, and I think you're gonna see some big carryover into your lifts.